Coach, the weather this time of year in the South, perfect. Fall football weather, and we've got the roof wide open here at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in the heart of Georgia. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Dallas Cowboys and the Atlanta Falcons. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
Here we go. Watch that. Flying in. 54. Hey, watch the ball. Here we go. Going to 54. Line in.
Here's Ronald Jones, first carry for the USC man. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, second and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
On second down, it's Jones. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. And they try to sweep to Jones. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Third and long for Prescott. And this one into the hands of DJ Shark. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. It's a 43-yard punt, a return of 5. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
At the 32-yard line.
Round 80! We got to get the ball. Do you get the ball right here? Let's go!
From the gun, it's Allen. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Banks.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Blue down, blue down. Motion, motion, bump, 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 bump. Mike's 50. Mike's 50.
Allen from the gun on third down. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Peters. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A gain of 19 and picking up the first.
At the 41-yard line.
Mike, 19. You can't block me. You can't block me. You can't block me. Switch it, switch it, switch it. Come on. Under 10. Under 10.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for second down. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter.
Let's make these babies crawl all the way back home. Watch safety. 56, 56. Out. Safety creeping. What's up? Bravo.
Throwing on second and 14. Allen. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
It's now third down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football. But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
So look at this. Here's the field goal unit coming out. And he is going to need to bomb this one. And whistle blown. A timeout here is taken, and it's taken by the kicking team. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Returnable for Grant. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Cowboys will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
A first down throw for Prescott. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Monte Nicholson picks it. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. Ah, yes, the old tip drill works to perfection there.
Ah, you're bringing back great memories. Used to love that drill. And a lot of times in practice, you work on it, not just one tip, but multiple tips, just in case the ball stays in the air for a while, to have an awareness and the ability to go up and grab it, and then you want to get some blocking support and end up in the opposite end zone.
In that tip drill, what do you yell?
For us, it was Oski. Okay, Oski was an interception.
For different teams.
Different teams have different ways of doing it. I've heard bingo, jackpot. The worst I ever heard, though, was Frankenstein. You don't want it to be a three-syllable word.
Yeah.
You want to get it right down and go. Oski is really the preferred word.
Oski. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. They run on first down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's second down now. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Hey, let's get that ball here. Let's get that ball right here. Kill. Check. Check. We're going to 53. Check.
Now the Auburn product, Corey Grant. Now third down is looming. A pickup of 2 on first down and just 1 yard there.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
So it looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
The Falcons take over.
Let's go.
First
Let's do
and
it.
10 at their own 24-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out first and 10. The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. First carry for Royce Freeman. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for a first down for the Falcons.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Alert, alert, alert!
On first down, it's Peters. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. $14 yards there and a Falcon first down. So from Cowboy territory now, here's first and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Check three, check three.
Middle.
Motion, pop.
From the gun, it's a run for Freeman. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Got three down.
Five wide.
Crunch.
Go.
On second down, Freeman. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
Not a whole lot of room to maneuver there, and I think that's because everyone took care of their responsibilities, filled their gaps, held their place. No place for him to run.
Yeah, looked good. Everything got funneled to the nose tackle. He swallowed him up. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Falcons 7, Cowboys nothing.
And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on third down.
You go tight. You got tight.
Running right, this is Freeman. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. This will be spotted just shy of midfield. A 59-yard attempt. And did he have enough? He did. He kept it on line and managed to tuck it into the bottom right corner. And the lead moves to 10-zip. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. Now on 2nd and 13. Prescott going top shelf for Smith. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Isaiah Oliver with the INT.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking, because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Now Allen. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Defense went 3-4. They got some push from the inside.
And this is something in a 3-4 you don't normally get, because the nose tackle who got the sack, he's usually responsible or ends up getting double-teamed and sometimes triple-teamed. How about him working his way back and putting the big guy on the ground?
Now pickup of 7 there, but they'll still have 12 yards to go on 3rd down.
He was brought down at his 49-yard line. That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd.
The Falcons on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12.
Hey, 1 set. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Hey, we have it done.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And nearly a touchdown as they finally stop him down at about the 3-yard line. They are in an interception mood on defense. Had 2 nice interceptions a week ago. Now 2 here in the first half.
Yeah, we call it ball hawking. And the only way to truly be good ball hawks is not guessing. It's not just simply anticipation. It's study and understanding what they like to do and beating them to the spot and creating big plays.
Well, they're watching the film, and it's working. Suddenly, it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. This is Jones. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much.
There we go. Then we're going to 52.
Hey, that QB's trash. Let's go.
Shift! Watch the shift!
They'll try and run it in with Jones. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Give him a loss of 6 yards, and it brings up 3rd down. So they're back at the 7 now for 3rd and goal.
Strip that ball. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. A 7-yard touchdown grab as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line.
You think you won't get this? You think you won't get this? Take motion, 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 motion. Alert!
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Allen going to throw. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose a down on the grounding call.
You're going to see me in your nightmares. Mike 50, Mike 50.
So the shotgun snap to Allen. And that is incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And the punt will kick out of bounds, and it'll be spotted inside the 30-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Well, things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. They want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
2nd and 9 at the 27-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Pick it up, defense. Let's go.
On 2nd down, it's Pollard. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 15 there, and the Cowboys have a first.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
40. Mike 49. 47. Watch twins. Watch twins. 26.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Easy work, and it's coming again.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
54, right there. 54, Mike. I'm scared.
They'll try to throw now. Prescott. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had to fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete.
Here we go, 47.
Mike 5-4. Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here.
26.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. Now he's going to send this one deep right side. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls when you've had that kind of lack of success.
Absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1. And this will be taken at the 13. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a 1st down.
This is one of those plays that has an equal chance of either being a big gain or a big loss, but with the college influence, we're seeing more of these plays come into the NFL.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Now a give right side. Peters. Room here to run. Well, that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
$3.19. 50 seconds to Mike. They can't hang with us. Middle. Check 26. Check 36. 36.
After the penalty, here's Freeman. Tremaine Edmonds there to bring him down.
Well, obviously, they would have at least liked to have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage. Instead, now they're dealing with 2nd and long.
I thought they would have passed it after the penalty. Probably wish they would have now. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. On 2nd down, it's Freeman. Only 2 yards on the pickup there, and now they're looking at a long 3rd down.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
On 3rd and long, it's Allen. He's going to let this one go deep. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Here comes Grant on the return. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the 2nd half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
Okay, just like that. Just like that.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Going for the deep ball. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
Just a yard return there after a punt of 49. And out will come the offense as they take over. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down.
Mike, check, 59.
Look out! Hey, high 7.
Allen operating from the gun, and his throw's going to be incomplete. Robert Woods, former USC man, the intended target, and that'll bring up second down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, they give to Freeman. And they regroup defensively after the broken tackle, getting to him just beyond the 45. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on third down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
A final shot before half for Allen. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22.
I'm coming after you. Mike, check.
Hey, Haywood.
To throw again. Allen. Over the middle, complete. It's Banks. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A first down there on a pickup of 25. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
50 seconds to Mike. Here we go, D. Hey, it's just me and you. It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Let's go.
Here's Allen on 1st and 10. They'll set up the screen for Freeman. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
But you're going to tell me, good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Allen's throw is complete. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
57 to go. Mark 57.
Throwing is Allen on third. This is Johnson. He's got it. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 22-yard line. Allen now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
Hey, Foxtrot, Foxtrot. Half 10.
Allen to throw once more. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 18. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Prescott now. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long.
Hey, kill.
Here we go, let's bring it.
Go, get out there. 26.
Prescott from the gun. He's going to air one out. And that will be incomplete. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get them down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
On 2nd and 9, Allen is going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know, there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
Check safety. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. SOS.
Allen now from the gun, he'll throw. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
My man's getting a little loose with the football there, right? Interception before, almost had one here. He's got to start taking better care of it.
Yeah, really should have been back-to-back drives with interceptions. He's lucky there. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
54's Mike. 54's Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Don't get nervous.
Now Prescott. He's going to air one out. He's got him in. Complete. And all the way down to the 42. A big play here for the Cowboys. 43 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Now a pass that's taken in by Smith-Schuster. And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 22-yard line.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Here we go. Line 8. Here we go. Go to 54. Go to 54. Line 8.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Jones, and they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Again, it's Jones, and he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Here's Prescott. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's able to pick up the 1st down before he's tackled right at the 10. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
1st down, Cowboys.
Here we go. Line 8.
Mike, 49. Here we go.
On 1st down, Jones. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. They'll go again to Jones. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Just a yard there, so it brings up a tough 3rd and 12.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
Prescott from the gun on 3rd. And he's got it. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the 1st. Back now here on EA Sports. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. So with less than a minute gone by here in this fourth quarter, the field goal there gets this thing back to even.
And it's setting up for a fantastic finish, isn't it, partner? It's been a well-played game, a hard-hitting game. The fans are into it. The announcers are into it. This is going to be a great fourth quarter.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone...
They got his man complete. A gain of 32 that time.
That was an excellent read right there. Saw cover one. That means it's just a single high safety. So you know if you throw the ball to the outside part of the field, help is going to be a little bit late getting there. And he puts one out there for a big-time completion.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Watch the slant, watch the slant. Motion, motion. Sponge, sponge. Monday. No.
On 2nd down now, it's Freeman. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that any time you hand the ball to a back.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down.
Well, not a big gain with that play, but what they're doing is they're spreading the defense out, probing a little bit, and what they're hoping probably is that later in the game, they can create a matchup that they can exploit for big yardage later.
You talk about a big kick under pressure in the fourth quarter. I mean, that wasn't like a 33-yarder. That was long distance.
Not only does it show the faith that they have in him, but also remember, if they'd missed that one, they're giving up the ball near midfield, so they had to be very confident that he was going to put that one through the post.
Now Brown, after the made field goal, gets set for the kickoff. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But also have to remember, they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
A big run there by Jones. And even
50 yards. First down, Dallas.
so now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down. Grant. And he'll be brought down at about the 25 after a pickup of 4.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on run downs. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
They go back to Grant. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 13 yards and a 1st down, Cowboys.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Now they'll toss to Jones running left. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. It's a 6-yard loss on the play. And it'll be a 2nd and long.
Here we go. Go ahead,
56. Bring it. Bring it.
Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have to contend with a 3rd and 13.
And it's 3rd down.
To throw is Prescott. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now, since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. The kick by Maher is good. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. Well, you talk about clutch. That one was right down Broadway, and this game's all even here in the 4th.
Yeah, he didn't leave any doubt, did he? Good snap, good hold, dead center. Almost like a big-time golfer in a major, firing at a pin from the fairway, trying to win the tournament going down the stretch.
Come on, baby. Let's go.
At their own 20-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10.
17. Hey, hold.
Slop. Hey, you're on an island over there. You're
Quick stone, travel.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold them to a short gain on 1st down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down.
Here we go.
Hey, hold. Regular. Hey, Zoo.
From the gun, Allen. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. So how about that for a momentum switch?
We're in the 4th quarter, and it's a tie game. You've got to take care of the football here. Now their opportunity to take the lead right out the window, and everything is flipped in the other direction.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. On 2nd down, Pollard. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a 1st down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
First down, and it's Pollard again. On the stop, Breeland speaks.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On second down now, it's Jones. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
Here we go. Go right in. Check right. Here we go. Here we go. Go to 54. Go to 54. Right in.
They'll keep it on the ground. Jones. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. Big kick right there to give them the lead in the 4th, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they managed the clock exactly right.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where...
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
To the right side and complete to Hurst. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target.
Let's go, D. Big series right here. We got to step it up.
Hey, Charlie.
54, right there. 54 Mike.
They'll look to throw. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
J19.
Mike is 59. Mike is 59. Coming to you.
Monday.
59 Mike. Check. 59.
Watch the slant. What is it?
To throw is Allen. And he can't hang on to it. That would have sealed it. Instead, 2nd down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is it just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Hey, Delta. What's that?
Mike's 59.
Allen to throw. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
Run shit. 59 Mike.
Regular.
Now Allen. And nearly intercepted there. That would have been ball game if he had clinched it and caught it. Instead, it gives him one more chance here on 4th down. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down.
Mike spot 9, Mike spot 9. What's the curl? What's the curl? What's the curl?
5 wide, 5 wide, 5 wide.
Check, go back, go back. We got motion, we got motion. Back up, back up.
And that'll set them back 5. So 4th and 15, but the offense is staying out there to go for it.
Motion, motion.
Half. Hey, Steve 6, Steve 6.
Check 59, Mike.
Allen will look to throw for it on 4th. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. DeMarcus Lawrence and Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Watch the run, watch the run.
The Cowboys on their way to victory as they take a knee.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the Falcons' 40-yard line.
So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets. Defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Held them to just a field goal. That's a heck of a job. I mean, when they went out there with that determination and a pretty good game plan, pretty good idea of what they wanted to accomplish, just love the execution, love the tenacity, love the way they finished.
So for the Cowboys, the win moves them up to 5-2 now on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Falcons, they fall a game under the 500 mark at 3-4 through 7 games. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.